Hello, David Wayne here. I am in Hull, Massachusetts, Hull. I'm at a place called Fort Revere. It's at the highest point in Hull. Pretty strange place. Geographically, within a stone's throw of World's End Park, not that far away from Fort Warren on St. George's Island, and not that far away from Boston and Fort Independence on Castle Island. So I wanted to start out by showing this massive, what was so-called a water tower. Just a massive brick and stone, and yeah, looks like cement, but it's stone. Blockwork is amazing. It's got a giant steel door on the bottom here. Because it's not open. Yeah, I'd say it's about 80 feet or so tall. It's massive. Down at the bottom here we have manhole cover, and look at that. A fire hydrant. Ludlow. We've seen that before. So anyway, I'm going to take you over to the fort, and I just wanted to say that the narrative here is this thing was built in 1776. Revolutionary War time. You know, when Paul Revere was carrying his lantern on the back of a horse in Concord, this thing was like 90% done. Wait till you see this place. It's pretty wild, so.
In 1775, Paul Revere rode his horse to Lexington to warn the Minutemen that the British were coming.
Paul Revere was a great example of an ordinary man who became politically involved and who becomes symbolic of the American Revolution as someone who risked everything to make history and to change the world.
Paul Revere was born on New Year's Day, 1735, in Boston, Massachusetts.
Paul Revere was an artisan, and that's a very important class in the 18th century.
By 1760, Paul Revere was a master silversmith and sold his wares throughout Boston, because he was a guy who knew everybody in Boston.
Revere married Sarah Orne in 1757, and after her death, Rachel Walker in 1773. In total, he had 16 children.
British soldiers invaded Boston in 1768. One of Paul Revere's first known political acts was to do an engraving showing the Boston Massacre in what became one of the most famous images of the American Revolution.
And because of this etching, there was massive support for the Patriot cause. It was a propaganda piece.
Paul Revere was also one of the leaders of the Boston Tea Party.
On December 16, 1773, a number of colonists disguised themselves, mounted the ships, and dumped the tea into Boston Harbor, an event that we now call the Boston Tea Party.
During the Revolutionary War, Revere served as a lieutenant colonel of artillery in the Massachusetts militia.
Paul Revere also manufactured gunpowder and cannons for the Revolutionary War, and he actually was the first one to produce paper money for the United States.
Following the war, Revere expanded his business interests and opened the country's first successful copper rolling mill, which provided the U.S. Navy a domestic source to copper-bottom its ships. Revere died a wealthy man in Boston on May 10, 1818, at the age of 83.
So now that you know the real story of the dentist turned revolutionary hero, let's dig into the down and dirty.
How many of you know that Paul Revere was a Grand Master in the Masonic religion? How fitting it's just right outside a rock quarry entrance in the middle of the woods. All right, you see the tower up there on the hill? This is down on the back side. I just passed this coming in to Fort Revere, and I wanted to show it. It's a giant cement block structure. Don't know what it is. You can see all the Lichtenberg lines all over it. So it's built into the side of the hill. And yeah, I believe there's a chimney on the top too, so let's see if I can walk up this way. Yeah, so if you go on the top of it, it's just a giant mound. And there's a chimney at the top. Anyway, alright, so there's the tower over there. There's a little parking space over here. And this is Fort Revere right here. Doesn't look like much, but I guess there's a lot of underground tunnels and stuff that we can walk through. There's a little narrative right there. We're not going to get into that, but we're going to walk in over here and just take a tour of this place, okay? Alright, the parking lot's up there. I'm down here in the fort, and looking across, it goes a long way. This place is pretty large, so let's see what this place is. Check this out. Old world concrete, all muffed up. You can see the steps here. We got the Lichtenberg lines everywhere. So this place definitely took a hit. It's echoey in here too. Look at these. What the hell are these, huh? That's some massive steel right there. They'll tell us that this is some kind of World War II installation, right? Another ring there. Yeah, there's 4 of those rings around here. There's another one right here. And these things are massive. They say the ring itself is probably 20 pounds. Very steep steps. Lichtenberg lines everywhere. I'm just going to wander around through here. I don't know what to expect, so I'll just stop at all the places that look, you know, meltology related. Definitely some kind of fire brick. Wow, this is like a maze. Yeah, some places you can see well in, some places are dark. Yeah, this is all like a refactory. Fire brick is what it looks like. Some stonework in here as well. This opens up to another area here with the same rings on the wall. Yeah, this place was blasted. You can tell. The rings, the big rings are in the same spot. I mean, you think of this, right? 1776 build time? I mean, really? You're talking 75 years? before the revolution. 80 years. I mean, the Civil War. Oh, look at here. These are pipes coming up here, and there's electrical wires coming out at the top here. So there was conduit running through this giant concrete. I mean, come on. 80 years before the Civil War. This room has a fireplace in it. And it has a manhole cover right in the center. Obviously some kind of industrial, right? I didn't realize they were so industrious 80 years before the Civil War. And here's another bay with some more rings. Let's go up this way. Yeah, it just keeps going and going. Imagine on the other side where I showed you the tower, and the other side with that blocked off passageway. I bet you it all goes underneath the whole hill. Huh. Check out the top here. Yeah, definitely all underground. This thing's been buried for sure. Some more chimneys. Refractory brick lined, or refractory material lined. Look, geez, there's more of those circle bays over here. Come on. Look at this one. Yeah, this wall here that I'm walking on, it's probably about 10 feet wide. It's got the Lichtenberg lines on it. Walking out, and there's a cemetery on this side. Just screwed up, but this is a pretty big wall right here. Goes down about 30 feet. This thing's loaded with Lichtenberg lines everywhere. White snot coming out. Alright, parking lot over there. Standing on the wall. And you see this destruction part right here. Found a little bit of a clue in here. Inside, deep inside the crack there. It's a brick. Again, with these closet-like appearing openings, you have a manhole cover space below. On one side you have pipes coming through the wall, top and bottom. You have pipes coming in that way. All along the back wall there's all kinds of stuff. You got steel pipes all destroyed on this side. And then at the top, you got a pipe going that way. And then at the very top, you have bigger steel pipes, all degraded, going up that way. It looks like there was a steel door over this as well. Yeah. Anyway, it's been stripped out for sure. And right on the other side, there's that one that came through. Brick. This is all fire brick in here. Again, pipes go all through this structure. Why? As you can see, it's pretty big. Of course, you see onto my left there, but I imagine it's in the side of that hill too, in the parking lot. It's just on top of it. Okay, look at this room. Manhole, and look what's under it, guys. Bricks. The manhole cover room, bricks all around. It's got another smaller opening here, bricks in there as well. Appears to be a fireplace, but doesn't make any sense. Steel cage. To me, this reminds me more of a some kind of power plant or filtration system or manufacturing. I don't know, man, but it's definitely not a Revolutionary War fort, that's for sure. I mean, come on. Paul Revere rode on a horse with a fucking lantern of fire, right? Warning all the people in their stick figure houses that the British are coming. And meanwhile, this was all built. Look at all the pipes coming down here. That's on the top. Really? What is that? Like this entire structure has got pipes running through it. Got brick transformation here. Again, that's just wood. Someone's dropping wood down from above. Yeah, some kind of weird. Giant steel just sticking out of the ground. And then, like the other one, this has a small room on the end. Again, all the pipes running through. A lot of pipes taken out too, you know? Yeah, this thing had some kind of purpose. What it is, I have no clue. But, I mean, if you would have told me that this was like from the 1950s, 40s, 30s, you know, it would make more sense. But 1776? Really? Look, there's even a pipe up here. All through the structure, there's Lichtenberg lines. Pipes going in every conceivable different direction. The birdie's nest there. See if we can see inside this room. Yeah, I mean, this room has a fireplace in it. Yeah. I don't know. And a manhole right in the middle of the room. Because that's how you kicked it in 1776. Get yourself a stylish 1 million ton place, and you make yourself a little room with a fireplace and your own manhole in it. Because that's how you rock it in 1776, I guess. Again, more pipes. Looks like there could have been like a electronic system here, right? Manufacturing of some sort. Alright, so as I'm leaving, coming up to the stairs, I see the parking lot with my car. This giant steel and cement slab just sitting up here. See the I-beam right there. Yeah. Manhole cover straight down, about 30 feet below me. I mean, come on. I don't know what the hell this place is, but the narrative is definitely a lie. Yeah, of course. That's what it was, right? Oh my God. Whatever. I gotta go. This is the bottom of the cemetery. All terraced.